First at 5, mounting pressure on Maine leaders tonight to do more to fight fraud. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Katie Sampson.
And I'm Greg Lagerquist. After months of federal scrutiny and a surprise visit this week by Dr. Oz, who oversees Medicaid for President Trump, the state is now outlining new actions to fight fraud, even as they claim they were taking it seriously all along. CBS 13's Max Williams is on the Waste Watch tonight and joins us live in studio.
And Max, this isn't the first time Dr. Oz is focused on Maine.
Katie, it's not, and Maine remains under federal scrutiny over alleged fraud after a state audit found $45 million in improper autism service payments in February. Dr. Oz warned federal funding could be at risk. Now we're hearing from him again as DHHS reveals new details about its own crackdown.
I think it's too little too late.
Tonight, debate continues between state Republicans and Maine's Department of Health and Human Services over attempts to combat fraud.
In the department's blog post on Wednesday, they say in June, DHHS's fraud unit implemented 2 emergency provider terminations, imposed 5 provider payment suspensions based on credible allegations of fraud, and disenrolled 28 agencies that failed to submit a claim within 1 year of enrollment in MaineCare.
We followed up with DHHS today asking for the names of the 5 providers who had payments suspended. They say that list includes Gateway Community Services, Maine Connect Care, Trident Medical International, Decent Healthcare, and Community Home Healthcare. We also asked DHHS for the 2 providers who received terminations. They say those are Paradise Residential Services and Beyond Residential Care. DHHS says all providers are subject to an appeal process, which they say is currently underway.
Back to the blog post, DHHS says that they took enforcement action on 15 personal care agencies by issuing 6 conditional licenses, refused to renew 6 licenses, assessed financial penalties against 12 agencies, voided 1 incomplete license application, and referred 1 agency to law enforcement. DHHS says they also declined to renew the licenses of 2 mental health agencies that provide rehabilitative community services.
The post comes just 2 days after Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Administrator Dr. Oz visited Maine. He then mentioned Maine while speaking in Pennsylvania about potential fraud cases there.
Yesterday I was in Maine. We're investigating home support services.
That visit came 3 months after Vice President J.D. Vance stopped in Bangor for an anti-fraud rally.
Do you think that's interesting that they're now posting about this, given the federal government has made a few stops here in Maine?
Yeah, I think it's very telling, and they're trying to accuse the federal government of being political, but you can see it's the only thing that gets action from these people.
Republican House Minority Leader Billy Bob Falkingham has been calling on Maine Democrats to take fraud more seriously for months now.
It's just going to get to a point where Maine is going to just lose those federal dollars.
And we did reach out to Maine Democratic Party leaders today. They praised DHHS enforcement actions and say the systems that are in place are working to combat fraud. Governor Mills also chiming in today, criticizing Dr. Oz's visit here. What she said coming up at 6. Katie?
All right, Max, more to come. Thank you.